Hey everyone, Zernahas, and welcome back to another video. World of Vision Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. It appears that this week it's all about Dark Fina. We didn't expect her to come out for another month if we were to follow the Japanese version of the game's timeline. So I wonder why we're getting her now. Well, we'll explore that once we go into the summon section. We have a couple of, let's say, theories that I would like to explore, and happy to hear your version in the comment section. So once we click into summons, you'll be presented most likely with the standard banner with PD gauge for Dark Fina. Nothing out of the ordinary here, but what is out of the ordinary is Sakura. Why the hell are we getting Sakura's banner as well? I mean, is she the direct counter to Dark Fina? That doesn't sound quite right. I do believe that there could be some tie-ins with the actual Final Fantasy Brave Exvius story. I haven't played the game or the story that far, so I'd imagine that you Final Fantasy Brave Exvius aficionados would know more about it. So more than happy to be enlightened in regards as to why she might be featured today, if there is a tie-in with the story. If we go further down, we also have a nice step for both units, and what I really like is actually the rewards for the step 1 and 2. We're not going to be getting the Broadstone anymore, and I believe personally that by now those fragments of thought and awakening prisms are actually more valuable with the number of units that we're getting at the moment. So I might consider doing up to step 3 next Monday and hopefully get her. And if I don't, it is what it is. If you go further down, we also have the repeat 5-step banner for Dark Fina, which will enable you to get her once you spend 40,000 Visor on this unit. And the pro is that you get the shards as well, so you'll get 80 shards every repetition, every 5-step. So yeah, you got enough to work with to build her up once you guarantee her with the medals. I wanted to explore the reason as to why Dark Fina has been released early, and there's a couple of options or theories that I want to throw in the mix, and I'm more than happy to hear your version in the comments section. So the first reason, which I think is the most plausible as to why Dark Fina has been released early, is because Summer Helena has been made aware to the global community. We probably are expecting her sometime this year, and we do have a major threat for Summer Helena, which is still Celes. Summer Helena does have magic-based attacks, and they can be most likely absorbed by Runic Blade. So if Gumi wanted to make money out of you, why would they give you a unit that is dead on arrival? You can't use her because Celes is actually quite prominent in the global meta as of now. So what better way to release a direct counter to Celes, which is actually Dark Fina? She does have a skill that nullifies Runic Blade, and that will make her more of a threat to people that have used Celes as a main tank for the last couple of months. Moving forward, I think that strategically speaking, you're better off using your physical units instead of trying to make magic viable, especially now that I believe that ice meta is going to be more prominent. Ice physical meta is going to be more prominent. So I don't see a specific reason as to why you'd want to pull Dark Fina to try to fill that thunder magic gap, let's say. Second reason is I also believe that this could be a trap banner. Cost 100 unit. We've had a couple of them almost back to back by now, and I do expect a global exclusive or Summer Helena to come next week or in 2 weeks time, and very good way for the current player base to drain their Visor stash by pulling for her. So I think that it's a good thing that she's part of the normal pool, of the standard unit pool. However, yeah, I wouldn't really want to pull and build her now that we're reaching that critical timeline where another limited unit will be released, and those tend to be pretty strong. Whether it's Summer Helena or a fire unit that will counter the current ice meta, we do not know, but I think we should definitely be vigilant of how we want to spend Visor in the next couple of weeks. So those were the ideas that I wanted to throw in the mix. As I said, more than happy to hear your version. as to why you probably think Fina has been released early. All right, let's move on and let's go onto the shop. I don't think there's much worth looking at this time, so we move on to the Summer Deluxe shop. And again, not happy that there is no 300 paid offering here, so no way, like it completely prevents me from even considering pulling for her. If you go down, things are looking quite normal here. You can get the Doom Twilight, but I wouldn't spend that much. It's not as strong as a rod or a staff as you guys believe. We'll explore that into the Farplane section. And yeah, same stuff. We do have a feature shop for Dark Fina and Sakura if you're inclined to build them. But yeah, I will probably want to save Visual for the reasons I've explained before. Let's move directly on to the Farplane. One is the fact that we're getting the ability to try Dark Fina, so this should be no surprise by anyone by now. What this entails, you can use the unit and then figure out where you want to pull it for or not, so it's a try before you buy. The units are not at their full potential because they don't have any weapons as per whatever, so do keep it in account. But what I really like is this guy. I am not thrilled by his design, but I like what he brings to the table. Trick Lancer, finally a job that was only locked to Holiday Luartha, and now we have the free version of this job. Although it's an MR unit, they're pretty strong. I fought against a Ranella 120, she almost wiped me, so I'd imagine something similar could happen with this guy. And yeah, Trick Lancer, I'll consider it the EX version of the Lancer job. It doesn't have jumps like Oberon and the Dragoons do, but I still think that what this job brings to the table is very high damage, and paired to the latest MR units, they're still dangerous. So I will probably try my best to max this guy. If you haven't had the chance to max Ranell, definitely put as much effort into this guy. He's pretty strong. Another thing I wanted to bring to the table was, I believe that once you get up to the 10th battle, you can unlock the EX version of MacLeod, and in there you'll be able to get the Icelands. And the good thing about the Icelands now, they can be brought to +6. You don't get much, you do get accuracy +10, but it's still better than nothing in my opinion, so something to consider. There's definitely better lances around at the moment, but you know, if you have nothing to do and you have a +5 Icelands, something to consider. It's only MR, you know. What I wanted to mention as well is, I can't see it here, but eventually it will be unlocked. I believe they'll be still in the MacLeod EX version, is a new weapon that seems to be pretty tailored for let's say tanky mage. So the Doom Twilight stuff does provide a resistance to reaction abilities, very similar to the Cataract. So if you want to give it to your frontline magic user, let's say Dark Fina, it would be a pretty good idea to do so. I do think that Dark Fina is a good debuffer, is a single unit not nuker, but damage dealer / debuffer, with the fact that it can remove runic and cause some status effects. But yeah, in regards of high damage, yeah, I'm not sure how you want to build her. That's why I'm saying that maybe this weapon is not the best for damage output, but if you are going against people that have reflex and stuff like that, then this would be a better option for you, because if you have 0 chance of dealing damage, what's the point of having high damage, right? And you also get the chance to build a Prunus Lamina, since Sakura is featured this time around. So there's a couple of options, there's a couple of things you can do this week, and I believe that is all of them. I'm actually pretty keen to work on MacLeod personally. I was considering maybe pulling up to step 3 for Dark Fina, but I won't do that until Monday, until I know exactly what's happening the coming week, because I do have an inkling that on top of the vision card, on top of the dark magic tailored vision card, we will get something else. And with that, that is all. Thank you very much for sticking around. Short video. Wanted to thank every one of you that watched my video. We reached over 300 subscribers in a much shorter timeline than I expected. I was happy. Like, I didn't have a real target this time around, but definitely exceeded my expectations. So thank you very much for watching. Always happy to go into constructive criticisms and debates. And in my previous video, a couple of things were mentioned that were true. I recognize I'm not perfect, I was in a rush, so I'll do my best to provide more accurate information next time. You guys take care and have a good one.